All right. Welcome, everyone. As always, it's a pleasure to be here with all of you. And we were just sharing before the recording started, Steph and Suan, they brought us a beautiful equinox practice this morning. And the field that they set is here with us now. Um, and my puppy is enlivened by it. um, so the field this morning, it has this presence of balance and harmony, especially with the support of the equinox that we're all experiencing now. And in the Northern Hemisphere, it's the autumnal equinox. So we are beginning the descent from light toward darkness, the darkest day of the year in December with the solstice. And with that in mind, I am really excited to share owls. And owls feel like it's kind of, I don't know, perfect accompaniment right now as we begin this journey because we're still held in quite a bit of light. It's equal between day and night. And we know that the darkness is coming. And owls thrive in the darkness, as most of us know. So by connecting with them, it's almost like we have this early preparation as our seasons begin to change. And I will go ahead and share a presentation on owls, and let me know if you don't see it or here.
Yep.
Okay. Okay, good. This first slide, I love it because it's tucked between the earth and the heaven, and there's a little owl hidden in the grasses. It's difficult to see, but it's in there, and it's rooted to the earth and reaching up to the heaven. And it feels like a good capture of this moment of the equinox. It's kind of hidden in there, and yet there's still this light and abundance and connection between earth and heaven. So we will start by settling into our Qi Gong posture, finding a comfortable seat, rooting down to the earth, straightening the spine, tucking the chin, and lifting the crown of the head up to the heaven. And we'll receive Dr. Pong's 8 verses. Head touches sky, feet stand on earth, body relaxes, and the mind expands. Be respectful and quiet. Mind is clear and appearance is humble. No distracting thoughts. Mind expands into infinite space. Feel the mind shining into the body deeply and inwardly. Entire body is harmonized with Qi. Harmonized with Qi. And we'll take this peacefulness as we move through the slides. I'll share beautiful photos of owls and some owl information. And I invite us to soften our minds and really relax. Just let the information, the imagery wash over and through you, receiving what's meant to be received and letting go whatever isn't. The scientific name for owls is Strigiformis, and there are 2 families, the Strigidae, the true owl, or typical owl, or the Titanidae, the barn owl or bay owl. And of course, owls are birds, and there are about 220 species, so many, many types of owls. And though there are many types, they have quite a few characteristics in common. And smaller owls live about 5 to 10 years, while larger species live up to 15 to 30. And they are carnivorous. They eat small mammals, insects, other birds, amphibians, reptiles, and sometimes fish. And owls can be found pretty much everywhere: forests, deserts, grasslands, urban areas. They've taken to abandoned human structures, and they're worldwide except the polar ice caps and some remote islands. So the majority of us have some lived experience with owls. Hmm. And as I share this information, I want to give us a little time also to just absorb these lovely photos. There are so many beautiful owl photos. Um, Owls, like eagles, hawks, and falcons, are birds of prey known for their hunting prowess. And they range in size from the tiny elf owl, which we see here, which is only about 5 to 6 inches tall, to the great gray owl, which can be up to 32 inches tall. Owls, as we probably know, are primarily nocturnal, which means they hunt in darkness or in the twilight hours of dawn and dusk. Their large forward-facing eyes, highly developed hearing, sharp talons, and hooked beaks enable them to locate and track prey even in darkness or near darkness. Some species, even if it's totally dark, their ears, their hearing is so powerful that it doesn't matter if their eyesight doesn't see everything. And there are a few owl species that are active during the day or have flexible daytime activity depending on the season and food availability. Many owl species remain in the same territory year-round, while others will undertake seasonal or eruptive migrations when food or weather conditions demand it. Owls fly silently, which if you've seen an owl in flight, you will have observed this. And they fly silently due to unique wing and feather structures, such as a leading-edged comb, soft velvety feathers, and a ragged fringe on their wings, which helps reduce noise from air turbulence. And the relatively large wingspan of the owl also helps them glide. Rather than flapping their wings, they just sort of glide as they hunt and peruse the earth beneath them. Owls' acute hearing allows them to pinpoint the exact location of a sound. Some species can hear sounds beneath snow, a few feet beneath snow, which is incredible. And their eyes are tube-shaped and fixed. And even though their eyes are fixed, they have keen eyesight with an approximately 270-degree field of vision. And it works especially well in dim light. So they can see very clearly when light is dim, where we may have trouble seeing specific things, they can see very, very well. They also have 14 neck vertebrae, we have 7, and a specialized circulatory system that allows them to rotate their heads almost all the way around without cutting off blood supply to the brain. We see an example of this in the photo. Yeah. Hmm. Owls communicate through calls, hoots, screeches, or whistles. We're pretty familiar with the hoot, but they also make lots of different sounds. Each owl species has a unique hoot used for establishing territory, warning others, or attracting mates. And this is, I'm going to play a short track of a barred owl singing in the rain, and you'll hear some other birds as well. Mm. Mm. The owls are primarily solitary, tending to isolate themselves alone and in monogamous pairs, which we see here. We see the solitary owl and then a pair. Burrowing owls, which you see in the group there on the bottom, owls, they're unusually social. They'll nest in loose colonies with burrows clustered together, but normally owls are more on their own. Most owls live in tree hollows, fallen logs, rock crevices, cactus hollows, former nesting sites of squirrels or other birds, or abandoned human structures. Here we see a variety of owls and nests. Mm. Baby owls are called owlets, which is what we see here, three little owlets. And they are highly independent when they leave the nest at 1 to 3 months. Owls play a vital role in maintaining the balance of ecosystems by eating rodents and insects. A single barn owl can consume about 1,000 mice annually. Hmm. This beautiful artwork is from Rena's daughter, Megan. It's an owl. They had just seen owls. Rena had just seen owls for the first time on a camping trip last year, if I recall correctly. And she made this beautiful piece for Megan for Christmas. It's Mod Podge on a towel. And she sewed it in to add layers. And I love this artwork because it captures sort of the presence that owls have had throughout history and culture. We've been captivated by them forever. Um, and you see that here. And in this captivation, we see that owls often appear as symbols of wisdom, mystery, protection, keen insight, warning, and seeing through deception. So they can see through structures that no longer serve, or places where there may be blind spots. Owls' keen insight can go right through them. And owls with this keen insight often take the role of guide or messenger between the waking material world and the invisible nighttime realm. As they are active at night, they're these nocturnal creatures. They have a prowess in the invisible, in the dark, that many of us don't have the same as humans. And as we saw with bears last week, owls can bring both fortuitous or ominous messages. So it really just depends on the information one is working with or seeing. And this is Lakshmi. She's the Hindu goddess, and owls are linked with her. And generally, the owl, Lakshmi's owl, blesses prosperity while warning against its misuse, pairing material abundance with discernment and inner wisdom. What I love about this is it brings harmony and balance with how one participates with wealth. So it ties in with this insight, allowing um, wise action and wise participation, especially with harmony versus going too far in one direction. And this is the little owl with Athena. And in ancient Greece, the little owl was associated with Athena. And Athena is the goddess of strategy, knowledge, warfare, and the civic life in Athens. And ancient Greeks believed owls were symbols of wisdom, guidance, and clarity. The little owl helped Athena and the citizens of Athens see through the darkness of uncertainty and ignorance, revealing hidden truths. And we see here this coin. This is the owl tetradrachm, and it's circa 440 to 404 BCE in Athens. And these coins, there are about 30,000 of them, and they circulated throughout the society, and now we've seen them. And I find it fascinating because we see Athena on one side of the coin and the owl, the little owl, on the other. And it shows how this symbol, the owl's presence became woven throughout their society, which is just, I don't know, fascinating. And you also see the little owl up by Athena's head. And there is another, so owls also accompany the ancient Greek goddess Hecate. And Hecate is associated with magic, the night, the moon, crossroads, and the liminal. Owls are her companions during her nightly wanderings, especially around the new moon. We just had the new moon Sunday night. So it's the dark time. There's no moonlight illuminating, so these owls can walk with her during the dark nights. And one myth involves Hecate assisting Demeter in searching for her daughter Persephone after Persephone's abduction by Hades. Hecate, holding torches, guides Demeter while owls fly ahead to illuminate the path. I love this image. I imagine these owls guiding Demeter and Hecate as they search for Persephone. This is a quote from Teacher Wei. It's from the July module, and we'll all be familiar with this because he talks about seeing through quite a bit. And I'll just read this. If you can see through your inner old patterns and build a new program, a high-level program, this means your wisdom is developed. And as I've sat with owls this past while, I keep feeling this invitation to see through, which Teacher Wei brings to us regularly. And as I did this research, I was like, oh, they're seeing through. They're seeing through the dim light. They're practicing this see through. And we are also. We're seeing through old patterns. We're seeing through places that were previously hidden from us, and just allowing them to come to the surface, especially in this time of harmony and balance. Seeing through with harmony and the neutrality of Mingjue and the unconditional love. This is the last owl photo that I'll share. And we'll hold the beauty of this image into the next slide. And here I'm going to play a track of a campfire with an owl in the background. And we can imagine ourselves at a lovely campfire, either solitary, like many of the owls, or in companionship with a beloved one, or with a group like the burrowing owls. And we can just rest here and receive the owl hoot, the presence of the fire, and I don't know, just invite any intentions that arise, anything that comes to us. That's the end of the owl official presentation. Thank you, everyone. Oh, I invite any sharing if anyone has anything they'd like to bring into this equinox/owl field.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Oh, I love owls so much. Um, I could say a lot, but the one thing that needs to be shared is just to connect the owl theme back to what's happening on the land I'm on right now. So we have burrowing owls that um, were associated with the indigenous people of this land as psychopomps. So they were thought to bring the souls to the afterlife. And what the afterlife where I live was considered to be on this island called the Farallon Islands. And there's this particular point in Point Reyes, California, where the indigenous people believed that the souls would embark onto this ocean journey to reach this Farallon Islands, which is in the middle of the Pacific Ocean off the coast of uh, near San Francisco. And I love how it ties into the biology of those burrowing owls because this time of year right now, about, maybe not today, it's like 100 degrees out, but when it cools off in the fall, they will be migrating to the Farallon Islands. So the burrowing owls in, the real world, right? In real world, what scientists can observe actually migrate in the fall to the Farallon Islands. And I just love how that myth matches up with the biology, matches up with the place, matches up with the theme of owls, matches up with the timing of the presentation today. So anyway, thank you.
Mm. Mm. Thank you. Mm. That's beautiful. Mm.
I just wanted to thank you guys. Your presentations just keep getting more beautiful and richer, and just thank you for all the love that goes and talent that goes into them. And I'm admiring your graphical design skills, watching that develop. When we were listening to the video of the owlet, the large owlet, the fence with the crows and the parents hooting, it brought back memories because I see that a lot with the owl family we have here. When the crows are trying to mob and kill one of the baby owls, that's what the parents do. And so, like, I immediately felt all this anxiety from the times I would rush out because there would be an owlet down and I'd, go out there. And I realize I have a lot more work to do on acceptance of the cycle of life. It's like a very basic thing that I have a lot more work to do on. So, a lot to seeing into ourselves.
Hola. Mm. Mm. Thank you. I feel like every nature topic that we bring really has that about it. We can always go deeper into seeing into ourselves and seeing where we have our own hidden places that are still challenging our reference frameworks or any aspect of our lives. Yeah, and owls, yeah, thank you, Steph. I really appreciate that. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Mm. Still sitting too with owls carrying the souls. I mean, there's such power. Oh, Sophie, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't understand why they killed uh the owls. The owls are killing the other owls or the babies.
The crows are killing
Oh,
the baby owls because
yeah,
they do that, and crows are smart and they can gang up like that.
yeah, I saw that in the park actually. Yes, I did.
Mm.
Crows are terrible birds.
I have sat with a blackbird presentation, but it has not, because it's a complicated, blackbirds are a complicated presence for many of us. So one day there will be a blackbird presentation as well.
They all kind of eat each other. So, you know, the owls eat the crow babies.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like Steph said, we have a lot to learn yet. Acceptance.
Yeah.
But remember, we are part of the natural world. So it's totally cool if you want to go out and like shoo the crows if they're ganging up on an owlet, that's totally fine. Yeah, but I mean, you know, just recognizing we are also part of nature. Yeah.
And there's the light and the shadow in equal measure right now, but sometimes there's more shadow and less light. Sometimes there's a lot of light. Like it's in flux, as we all see every day. And we see that with all of our nature healing topics. That's what I found really interesting too with the owl research, because it's quite mixed. The historical relationships with what owls bring. If you hear an owl, is it a blessing of good fortune, or is it an omen of less good fortune? It's really versatile. It can go any direction, which feels relevant for life too. Life can go any direction. The tides can change in a moment. We flow in the stream and just we see where it's headed, and we course correct as necessary. It's really, it's so powerful to spend this time together each week with all of these different topics and just see what arises. Yeah, so thank you everyone.
It's amazing to see the intelligence of these birds. I mean, any birds, but it's like, you know, those when they nest the little babies and how it works, and you know, for owls, it's just magnificent, so dear to our hearts, you know. It's really, really beautiful. Like crows, they're very, very intelligent. I remember when I was in England, the kind of crow, and they were playing with the cat. The crow would just go just a little you know, further in the tree. So the cat would climb, and then the crow would whoop, go into just a little more up, and the cat tries to, but then it's really deep, it's really high, and the cat starts to be afraid, but then the crow just doesn't move, you know. So the cat goes, and then whoop, it flies above. So they're laughing at the cat, in fact, you know, they're really being naughty. It's very funny. Oh.
Hola. Hola to the crows and the cats being tormented by them. Mm. 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 Is there anything else that wants to be shared in this owl equinox field?
Well, I guess I'll go. I remember one of my favorite owl memories is we have a place in Minneapolis that was called the Raptor Center. And it is like a nonprofit, I guess, and they would, you know, work to rescue raptors from the wild who are injured and stuff. And it was also like sort of an educational program for kids. I think I went there when I was like in, I don't know if it was a part of Boy Scouts or something, but I was there when I was young. And we also brought my nephew there, and I think we both had the kind of the same pattern. When we first were talking, you know, he's too cool for school at first, you know. I think he got to bring a friend, and I don't think they were that interested in it until you actually get to see these animals up close, and then they're captivated. And when it's time to go, they don't want to go. So it just shows you, just goes to show just how captivating these animals are. Just amazing.
Mm. Yeah. especially that silent flight, experiencing that. We
Yes.
used to live near a group of barred owls in a small wooded park. And one night, by chance, we came when they were beginning their hunt, and we watched them fly from the treetops to other treetops, and it was completely silent.
Yeah.
And that silence is, I don't know, it stops you in your tracks. It's when you watch them and you feel that, it's just, I don't know. So then we started going at that time each night, and we got to watch them. So it was wonderful. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, I'll share that, at least in my limited experience, that if you notice an owl's pattern at night, that it might be the same the next night. So that's what that picture that you saw that my daughter made for me, that was her first owl sighting, commemorating it. She was really into birds last year, so that was really exciting for her. We were camping, and so then each of the next nights we would show up the same part of that trail the same time to see that same pair of great horned owls again and again. um, and they probably were wondering why we were doing that, but it was really, it was really cool. So just a little tip.
Mm,
Yeah.
I love that artwork. It's just,
It really captures that moment of us together. Yeah. And I'll share that we've had great horned owls at our house. I told this to Elizabeth already, but they sort of stopped coming around after the big grandmother cedar tree was cut last year. But they came by last night, right by our bedroom window, super loud, like, and it's so cute because the owls, at least in our neighborhood, their call and response from the male and female is hoo 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 hoo, and then the other one will go hoo 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 hoo. So they have this like really fun call and response. So yep, yep, yeah. These topics don't come up randomly, so thank you.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't come up randomly. When I saw you message that, I was like, well, yes. And yesterday was the equinox, no, today. No, yesterday. Yes,
I don't
yesterday.
know.
I know, now I'm losing sense of time. It was yesterday, so last night. So yeah, that's just, I don't know, beautiful timing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Mm. Mm.
Well,
Yes.
that share prompts me to share. I have a pair of barred owls that have been in my woods for many, many years, and they, about 9, 10 o'clock, they start having their conversations, and you were giving a very good rendition of their conversations, and I was just, well, I just wanted to learn their calls, so I started mimicking them. And then I started noticing that I was interrupting something. And I thought, I might be messing something up here. But I still do it from time to time because it's just so inviting to, to sing with them. And the other thing, sometimes they will sit in some of the bigger trees along my driveway, especially one place where there's a little curve in the driveway, and all of a sudden they will glide in front of the car. And I've had people who visit here and they call me the minute they get home and they said, this owl glided right in front of me. I said, yes, my barred owl. And it's just, it just takes your breath away. It's just so beautiful and quiet. So thanks for this. I've always loved owls. I did a ceramic hand building of an owl about this big, and my teacher said, well, this is don't be disappointed. This might explode in the kiln. And it didn't. I still have it. It's just, it's very primitive, but I don't know, it was something in my life at that point in time that really meant something to me. So owls have always been around. Thanks. Thanks, Elizabeth. Thanks for all the beauty in this presentation.
How long? Yeah. I'll add just one more thing. It's extremely rare to see owls flying together, but if you do, they're called a silence of owls. Yeah, a silence of owls. And that captures what you were describing when people see that gliding owl in front of them. That it just reminds me of that phrase, even if it's just one, it's that silence of owls. Yeah. No, it's a beautiful, beautiful term. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for all of these sharings. I appreciate them. If there's anything that wants to come out or anyone that wants to be verbalized into the field, please.
I'd like to place Yanina, somebody who I was practicing with Roya, who came quite regularly, who died on Sunday, I think. Place her in the field for her journey. And my brother, Phil Lieberman, with his mental and physical challenges.
Thank you, Sheena. Loya, Yanina, Sheena's brother. And we're holding these journeys, going back to Megan's sharing, carrying the soul's journey. Howla.
I'd like to put Sally in the field after her surgery and my friends Greg and Sharon.
Sally, Greg, and Shelley. Howla. I'm gonna bring hips into the field. Sophie shared her hip. I know Karen has been working with hers as well. And Steph helped us work with rotations and the hips and this movement. We're talking about the seasons and the transformation that occurs with life and death and all of these cycles. And I just want to bring that hip energy in our physical bodies, but also just that movement that we experience with the earth. Yeah, so I bring that into the field with all of these beautiful souls that have been verbalized. And
The flexibility of the owl neck.
And Alex wants to contribute the flexibility of the owl neck, which is also rotation similar to rotations. So thank you. Yes, the owl neck too.
I would like to add the intention for all beings to live together in reciprocity, harmony, peace with each other, all sentient beings. Allah.
Howla. Howla. Thank you, Steph. All right. If any other intentions come, they can be sent right into this strong field. So we'll transition into our formal field setting, carrying with us this already strong information, the harmony. And find your comfortable position, either seated, standing, or lying down if that feels good. And take your time getting there. Make any adjustments so you are as comfortable and restful as you can be. And once you've found your posture, feel where you connect to the surface beneath you and allow that connection to flow down into the earth. Feeling the resonance of the earth and allowing that resonance to flow up through the bottoms of the feet and through the body, up, all the way to the crown of the head. The spine lengthens as we lift up, up through the sky, the moon, the stars, all the way into the center of the galaxy, connecting with the heaven and feeling that heavenly energy flow down through the crown of the head, mingling with the earth's resonance, harmonizing and spiraling through all the spaces in our body. And taking a few deep breaths, relaxing into the field, relaxing into our shared time together, relaxing into this time of harmony and balance, allowing it to support us, to support any intentions we hold, any places we've seen that we'd like to see through and open, inviting that harmony to gaze upon those areas, bringing balance and rest. And from this place of restfulness, invite the consciousness to the center of the head. Observing the center of the head, seeing through all the spaces, and relaxing them. And allowing that relaxation, the harmony to radiate from the center of the head, filling the entire head inner space. And flowing into the neck, seeing through from the head inner space into the neck. And allowing this openness to expand and emerge into universe Qi. Merging into the harmony and the balance all around us. And allowing this gaze to flow into the chest, feeling the center of the chest inner space, radiating out into the lungs and the heart. Seeing through and opening, and allowing that opening to expand to include the shoulders and the arms and the hands. Feeling the breath rise and fall, harmonizing with the inner space of the chest, with shoulders and arms. Relaxing, observing any tensions, harmonizing and balancing as the shoulders, arms, and chest open, and merge with the universe. And the same observer moves into the abdomen, seeing through the organs, seeing through to the harmony present within the liver, the gallbladder, the spleen, and the pancreas. And seeing through into the kidneys and the adrenals, and holding the stomach and intestines. The bladder and the reproductive organs. Seeing through the inner space of the abdomen, harmonizing, balancing, and opening to universe Qi. And seeing through the spine, the neck, the upper back, the middle back, the low back, and the tailbone. Allowing any tension to harmonize and balance. Seeing through any challenges and softening the inner space of the spine, opening to the universe. And seeing through the hips, the pelvis, the legs, thighs, knees, calves, ankles, and feet. Seeing through the inner space of the hips and legs, harmonizing, balancing, connecting to the earth, the rotations of life, and softening into that rotation, that spiral, and opening to the universe. And observing the entire body, seeing through the wholeness, harmonizing, inviting balance to flow through the whole, the entirety, trusting that any blockages, any sticky places are bathed in this harmony, this loving gaze. This opening. Opening and merging, dissolving, into the universe, together, connected in this healing consciousness field. merging, transforming, harmonizing. Connecting to our deep, deep capacity for love, peace, joy, appreciation, and acceptance. Simultaneously accepting everything that is, just as it is. And also knowing that we're connected in this harmony. And trusting. Trusting. And we give deep gratitude for this field, all of our teachers, Dr. Peng, Teacher Wei, all wisdom teachers, wisdom practitioners, and healers through all time and space. And we connect to this vastness. And in appreciation, we invite it to flow through our embodied forms. And we can stay here resting in this field as long as we want. Or if we're ready, we can bring our awareness into the body. Into the space around us. Feeling the air on the skin, any noises in our room. Connecting to the hands, the feet, the breath. Stacking the palms on top of each other over the navel. Allowing the sharing to bring nourishment and unfolding to our night and days and week. Haola, haola. Releasing the hands, moving as feels good, and opening the eyes. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Haola. Haola.
So beautiful and so potent. And I felt the energy from the despacho with our energy. It was just so beautiful. Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you.
You.
Thank you, Steph.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Amazing presentation too. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Here. Yeah.
I'm laying down.
That's the best.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My shoulder in the field, my right shoulder.
Your right shoulder. Yes. Irene.
My disembodied voice.
Alex's disembodied voice.
Oh, love you guys. Good night.
Love you guys too. Good night.
Love you.
Bye. Bye, everyone.